people. I mean, your girl is blushing because it's another fantastic episode of the Vibe Zone, and you know now on the Vibe Zone it's pure vibes. Anyway, guys, my name is Omobola Val, but you call me the Vibe Queen, and it is the Vibe Zone. Now, on today's episode of the Vibe Zone, let's switch things up. You see, yesterday I was actually watching the BBNaija Show, and these guys were just having fun. Now, I saw the lovers in the house having fun, you know, rubbing body, people touching people's backyard. And I'm like, what? Like, these guys are enjoying. Now, I started thinking, wait, after touching all these buttocks and everything, right? You know, some of them will now go ahead to break up. Anyway, guys, on this particular episode of the Vibe Zone, I'm going to be discussing the housemates that found love in the Big Brother house. Now, I'm going to talk about the ones that are still together and the ones that trailer have passed their middle. I'm not mocking anybody, but I mean, we must discuss these things because, especially for some people, we never knew that their love could come to an end. Anyway, guys, which should I start with? I think I should talk about the ones that are not together again, but they gave us pressure. Like, for one pressure, they actually gave us pressure. And when we heard of their breakup, we were shocked. Now, there are other set of people. You see this particular set of people, we didn't even know that they dated. They were so smart enough not to date while they were on the show during their own sets, and then they went outside the house to date. Well, I can be like that too. I love private things, but guess what? Trust Ebuka now, table shaker. They came on the reunion show, and Ebuka actually put touchlight on all these matters, and most of us had our mouths open that what? These guys actually dated. Don't worry, guys, my list is full. So, guys, let's start with the ones that dated. And we actually thought like there was a future. Well, for some, I knew automatically that this won't last. So let's discuss some of these people. Now, the first on the list, I carry list because I had to consult my fellow Big Brother Naija lovers. Now, the first one for me, well, you see this particular one, I think that their own case is special, and I'm talking about Ozo and Nengi. You see, whenever I remember Ozo and Nengi, I remember that Nollywood movie where like a guy is doing all his best to steal the heart of a baby girl, and at first the lady is actually just doing shakara, and the soundtrack, whenever I remember Ozo, it's not nice. Is that a craze for you? Are they mad for you? Momo.
Let them call me Momo. I don't need sense to love her. Your love makes me a happy Momo. I am a Momo.
Now, I'm not the one that sound the soundtrack, but you see, at that time, you people were doing a lot of funny videos, and you see, now it's stuck in my head. Whenever I think Ozo and Nengi, that's what comes to mind. But you guys, shh. Because these guys are actually doing well now. You see, Ozo and Nengi's case, Ozo was really, really in love with Nengi, and trust me, I feel like they would have made like great lovers. But recently, Nengi actually said, well, I'm on a date with my love, my baby boy, the love of my life. So I mean, I don't think it is Ozo. Now, guys, you remember that gist now. Ozo was always doing, lover boy things for Nengi, and people were saying, why are you following Bom Bom? But at the end of the day, it didn't work out. They didn't date. Yeah, did they even kiss? I don't think so. Yeah, even if they did, like, I think there was one time where, like, Ozo was the head of the house, and, he took Nengi as usual, as the lover boy, and then we expected that night something will happen, but it could happen. On to the next one. Now, guys, the next set of people, you see this particular set, you see this particular people, Messi and Ike. This one, I would like to refer them to the violence headquarters, because during their sets, they pressed our necks. Like, they literally pressed our necks because they were throwing their love in our faces. And so many people were saying, see, if not for their love, Messi wouldn't have won. If not for this one wouldn't have happened. Messi is still in the house. Ike is out. Now, these guys decided to come back on the show. And people were saying, you know what, these guys don't even talk. Remember that when they broke up outside their house. And it was a nasty breakup because these guys were spilling secrets about each other. There's one thing I really do not understand. How do lovers go from loving each other so tightly, and then they break up and they start to spoil each other? That was the case of Mercy and Ike. And we thought it had ended because Mercy said, yeah, she's moved on. She's now dating this and that. And Ike was like, you know what? I was just managing you then, blah, blah, blah. Then they got on the show. The most interesting part for me was the fact that they actually at least made up in some way. No, not how you're thinking. Like they didn't date or they didn't come back as lovers. But like they were friendship moments. That was cute to see. But now Ike was behind the back strategizing, saying he's going to actually ensure that he frustrates Mercy's game and she doesn't win. And I remember that somebody just dragged him recently when he got out of the house, and the person was like, I can't even remember the housemate. The housemate was like, see, that's Maria. Thank you. You see, Maria actually dragged Ike, and she was like, I thought you said you were going to actually disgrace this girl and spoil her game, but what happened? You are the one that is out of the game. And Ike too came back. Who knows you? Ching 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 ching. Lorocon. Breakfast na national cake. They are broken up. Now guys, you see on this my violence list, another set of people, you see this one, I don't even want to refer them to the violence headquarter, right? I loved Neo and V. But you know what? My consolation in this life is that I am also about, if it doesn't work, I beg, a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. Like I felt like in the house, so many people thought that their relationship was quite toxic. They will fight, they will quarrel, they will get back, they will make up. But me, I was really enjoying, whenever they fought and they were like, Kurolana Fumija, the way V speaks with her accent and all. I feel like that was a highlight for me. I love that accent. Anyway, so when they were always fighting, like I really loved to see them make up. Neo was really stubborn with that babe, and in my head, I thought that these guys will actually, get married because like Neo was always fighting. V will say, excuse me, Kurolana for me, and you'll be like, I'm not going anywhere, and it's going to, something about tall guys. Oh gosh, guys. But you know what? Anyway, I heard that it's not like they did not fight for each other, but according to V and some news that got circulated on social media, it feels like it was Neo's cousin Venita, that made that ship just wreck. But the good newsflash, V is actually in love with one fine boy. That boy fine. That boy cute. That boy is cute. Now the highlight for this particular breakup is the fact that now this V's new boyfriend went on the show. He's a DJ. He went on the show and he played V's song. And guess what? Neo was vibing. Show me a supportive ex. I'll show you Neo. Like that was so cool. He was vibing. Maturity is all that matters. Anyway, I just wish they could be friends. I mean, especially if God has settled both of them. This one has a good lover, this one has a good lover. Because trust me, even myself, you see, anything family drama, a guy can love you, but if the family, if they don't love you, where I come from, they will say you don't only marry the guy, you marry the family join. But they marry the family that you want to marry join. If they don't support you, will you not be going through a dick? How many is this life? So Laura Con, broken relationships segment. Now guys, the next on the list is Miracle and Nina. Trust me, this one didn't really hurt me because I don't know, I just knew that it wasn't going to work. Honestly, like I just had that feeling that it wasn't gonna work. And the good thing is, you see Miracle now, we don't even know where Miracle is. Like Miracle is just doing his pilot thing. Miracle is making money, I want to assume. Like Miracle is making money, and Nina has gotten married. Although no be me talkamo, as I was preparing for my show, I remember one of my colleagues said, she's married, but she's actually married to somebody else's husband. Me do not now know. Me I know that she's married and she has a baby. Yeah. Okay guys, still talking about the kind of relationships that scattered, that thunder have passed their middle. This particular one was Mercy, Katrina and Praise. It is through that relationship that I first saw the confidence of a lady to come out and say your thing is small, you did not even satisfy me. That was Mercy. As in, it's a confidence for me, for a guy that everybody, do you know how we cherish tall guys? Like we see tall guys and we're like, what? Like this boy is fine, and then we're already like, people are fantasizing, and you just come out to say he has a small thing. You were not even satisfied. Oh, more that breakup was messy. But then again, you remember what people were saying then, that Katrina that was talking, she was dating like an old man and all of that. Guys, I don't want to talk. I'm being very, very careful. Actually, I don't want to talk too much. But the thing is, I feel like when some people get heartbroken, they say a lot of stuff that they do not even mean, and it's as a result of hurt. Because this particular person that they come out to now analyze, criticize, bash, they were one time, once in love with this person and telling us that this person was the love of their lives, this person is perfect, but immediately the breakfast just touched the ground like this. I don't even just understand how the story they just take switch. But anyway, that's another couple that I didn't expect marriage. Anyway, Katrina was married to an old man outside the house, and God bless his soul. It's actually late. Katrina's husband is late. Rest in peace, sir. But I know she will move on. They will move on. Anyway, another couple. This one is even couple. Erica and Kidwaya. Now, you see this particular one, it hurts me because that particular season, I was so invested in it. Like, I was in love with the show, and that was the period when people really loved like Lekon. People were talking about Lekon and everything, so it was a really, really intriguing season. And you remember Kidwaya and Erica, right? So yes, the gist, for those of you who do not watch Big Brother, and for those of you who have forgotten, I'll joggle your memory. Remember that Lekon actually loved Erica. He had feelings for Erica, but Erica in return loved Kidwaya, the bad boy. By the way, Kidwaya says he has like a white girlfriend now, like he's happy, and something even happened in the house. He kissed somebody else, and then when he got back, there were rumors that his white girlfriend had unfollowed, but he said on during an interview that he actually spoke with her. She's fine with it. She knew that it was just the show and they are cool. It looks like Kidwaya really, really respects and loves that girl, because I know that during the season with Erica, it was always stating the fact that he wasn't really ready for a serious relationship. Truly, you see that statement that they say that when a man meets a woman that he wants, trust me, you see all those excuses they give when a guy tells you that the problem is I'm actually not ready for a relationship. My dear, my sister, sure you will hear me, you are not the one for him. He doesn't love you. Because you see these guys, when they meet the person that they want, all that excuse, they will pack it one side and they will go for the person. Because seeing Kidwaya, that I considered a playboy, to a lover boy, this very loyal boy to his girlfriend, and he's like, I love her so much, I won't want to hurt her, I won't want to spoil what we have. And I'm like, wow, guys, like, what do you guys really want? Because Erica is fine, she's fine. Yeah, I know we're not perfect, I know that she had some lapses during her season, but Erica is fine. But just like I said, if it no work for you, he good though. Now relationship scatter, no be marriage. Okay, guys, let's now move to Lilo and Eric. You see this particular tune, I won't call it love, I won't call it dating, I will call it infatuation. And I love the fact that that their relationship was scattered. It was scattered, like it did not go far, kolofa. You see when musicians say kolofa, relationship won't lofa rara. And I'm glad that when Lilo came out of the show, she actually evaluated herself in that house, her performance, and she said with her mouth that she was probably carried away by the wrong thing. And when they were asking her then, are you going to go back to Eric? That romance was intense. Like, they just got on the show today, in few days on the show, these ones, they were in love, pass kissing, everything, romance, just as we see it on the show. And behold, caterpillar pass. Anyway, the good thing about life is that most of them, they are now in fresher relationships. Like, God has sorted each person. Like I always say, there's a man for each woman, there's a woman for each man. Preach faster. Now guys, you see this particular two, I did not even know that they dated, Tolani and Prince. By the way, there are rumors going around saying that Prince is currently dating Dorothy. Now remember that Dorothy and Prince, they were so close during their season, and it was on the friendship basis. Like they were saying, they are under the umbrella of friendship and all. And at a time when it came for the reunion, they were not close. I was hurt because I love friendships, especially between different, like the opposite sex, and like there's no romantic relationship, and that's what they believed. They made us believe was happening, but I don't know. People are saying that there might be something with Dorothy and Prince now. Anyway, whether there is something or not, I shall like the fact that they are back to being friends. Like the way Dorothy roots for Prince now, the way Prince actually celebrated Dorothy's last birthday, it was so cute. Well, whether them be friends or time will tell. It's just like pregnancy. You can't hide forever. Now, guys, let's shift. Let's move from these people. Now, let's talk about the current lovers, the ones that are actually still in a relationship and the ones that have gotten married. You see, from this list, there are some people that I did not even expect that their relationship will last. Not because I'm a hater. It was just because, like, during their stay in the house, it just felt like this wasn't going to work. So I'm going to start with some of the people that are probably doing well. They're together, they're doing forever already. Some are doing forever already, and I think I would love to start with Bam Bam and Teddy A. Hey, I remember Bam Bam and Teddy A's season. Like, people were saying, "Oh, more pastor." People did not know that Bam Bam is actually Omu Pastor. You know how they were having, like, romantic affairs in the toilet, in the bathroom. Come to think about it, I think that Big Brother does not really show us these things anymore, because that season was deep. Like, these guys did stuff in the bathroom. Omu Pastor on live TV. But the beautiful thing about it, they're actually married. So many people didn't even know that these two were going to get married. And I remember that I watched a recent interview, where Teddy A was saying that Bam Bam actually got pregnant, and they had an issue. They didn't want to get married at a point, and he said he was restless for a moment, and he had a discussion with a friend, and the friend actually told him that if you like this girl, the fact that you are restless because you guys are not on good terms, it shows that you love her. If you love her, then guy. And I feel like Teddy A made like a beautiful decision, because have you seen their girls? Cute girls. If anybody had told me that Bam Bam and Teddy A would get married, like, I would have denied. But I'm so happy for them. Like, that's why we are not God. Only God knows tomorrow. Now, guys, another person on the list. No, I want to shift some people to the side first. I want to talk about the people that are married. Now, another person or another pair, another couple on the list for me is going to be Gidoni and Kafi. Now, you see, I say that some things, I feel like this is another very adorable couple that emerged from the Big Brother Naija show. When I look at this couple, I'm always thinking, I'm not getting my priorities straight. Should I apply for Big Brother? What if perhaps my man is in that house, and I'm supposed to just be with my two girls now, running around, mommy, daddy, how did you people meet? Say Big Brother Naija show. But then again, the home training in me, I'm wondering, I will not be wearing swimsuit pants. My mommy, everybody. But anyway, guys, the beautiful thing is, Gidoni and Kafi, they are happily married with kids. Isn't that cute? Guys, let's move on. Now, we talked about Bam Teddy, they are married. We talked about Gidoni and Kafi. I can't even remember the hashtag, but I know that it was a beautiful love affair. And when they got married, like, people were not so surprised for them. Like, I think people were more shocked with Bam Teddy. Now, let's talk about these few people that are currently in love, in deep, hot romance love. Now, the first person on the list is Bella and Shegs. Honestly, and I'm not even pretending now, I really loved two of them together on the show. But you know how the show made them look so toxic? Like, that relationship was not looking healthy, and that's why I feel like so many people are shocked about the fact that these two are still together. Now, I remember talking about it and somebody said, it's still early. No, me, I'm not a spoiler, I'm not a hater. I feel like they are so in love. And we've had the opportunity to interview some Big Brother Naija housemates, and they would always say that you can't judge people's personality from that house. Like, when people are stuck in that house seeing the same faces, actually imagining alone, I feel like it's exhausting. It's quite exhausting mentally for me. And some people, you cannot really know how they are until they leave the house. And I feel like giving Shegs and Bella a benefit of doubt, I mean, it's paying off. And I also feel that I love them. I think that I will call them Big Brother Naija's Romeo and Juliet. You know how Romeo and Juliet fought for their love, right? And this Titanic story. I feel like they fought for their love because remember how they were on the show, and because of how toxic they were portraying their relationship to be unconsciously, how people felt like, Bella, leave this guy, he doesn't love you, he's only using you. And then they came out of the show and it felt like different families, they were against each other. It felt like this one even unfollowed each other, and people were like, okay, Bella's family, especially because she already stated that she's from a very strict family, that this is not going to work. But it was really beautiful. I would always look out for when they storm out for interviews, events. Now after Big Brother, these people will come out. I would always look out for these two, and I'll see that this one is here. There was this particular show, I can't remember who was having a show. Is it Pepsi? Or there was a show and Shegs was somewhere else, Bella was somewhere else, and they didn't just look happy. You know what they say about when you're away from your soulmates, right? I've not experienced it, but hopefully someone will be away, I will not be able to concentrate. I really want to see how that feels. But it really felt like that because both of them, they were not really happy. But I loved the fact, the moment where I started getting rumors or hearing rumors that these two are still dating, it made me so happy. As in, I think what made me really excited was the point where they decided to reveal that we're back together. And I know that there's this interview I came across of Bella where they said, your family members, they were even tweeting and saying, let her come out of the house, we'll speak sense out of her head. They were not even following each other. Your brother made a video and she was like, you know what, yes, they thought about this and I made them see who this guy truly is. And it is, at the end of the day, it is what I want. And I'm like, okay, Shegs, Shadow, mess up. But I actually feel they are cute. Like, I think I've stumbled on two of them in real life, and I feel like they look so lovey-dovey. I really hope it works. And just like so many Nigerians feel, like, I really hope that it's devoid of toxicity. But really, I feel like Shegs is really, really cool. And Bella, she's a lover girl. Let's wait, if these people get married, I'll buy a show bill. Even if it's to just buy the similar material and watch from house online in law. Yeah, we buy you, because I'm a lover of cute couples. Now let's talk about these ones. You see these remaining two that I'm going to be talking about. These ones, they are not married, but they are hot at the moment. They even have hashtag. Where should I start from? I think I should start from cross gel to to some gel. Yeah, from cross gel. Now Cross and Angel are the thing. During her season, she was actually even in between guys. Like, guys were like, they wanted to get Angel, and there was a fight in this All-Star season where she said, you know what, I always do stuff for you. She was referring to Cross. I always do stuff for you, but what have you ever done for me? And Cross was like, really? Like, your birthday? And she was like, okay, my birthday, you're saying birthday as if it's a big deal. What? Yeah, of course, you're expected to actually do something on my birthday. And I'm like, okay, how did we get there? But I mean, we did not even stay long on that matter. It's actually some gel. Now remember the part where I said something like inspired this particular topic? It is actually Angel and Soma. Because did you watch their last pool party? You know how Angel is now. You know say she carry. Did you see how Soma was just and the kiss and the I'm like when someone is saying the person cannot say it finish. Like, and I'm like, okay, Soma and Angel, some gel. People have to marry you. Soma must not just pack all those things for free like that and scatter. But I actually do not think that Angel is somebody that cares. I see her as somebody that if this doesn't work, I'm moving on. I see her as somebody like that. But in the real sense, people like that, they are the ones that actually feel emotions thoroughly. So we can never say. So what do you think? Do you think Soma and Angel can end up as a couple, like get married? I'm waiting for your answers in the comment section. Now, lastly, let's talk about, and at this point, I would love to drop the cue card. Let's talk about Venita and Adekunle. Now I'm going to start from Adekunle's season. I feel like Adekunle's season, yeah, they were always calling him like the instigator. You know, people disliked Adekunle. People felt like it was double-mouthed, and you know, he would say something and not be able to, you know, chest it and say, okay, I said it. And then we now see an Adekunle that is a lover boy. And I mean, Adekunle was very active during his, you know, his own season. Yeah, this season, I feel like, you know, the first season, people thought like Adekunle, he gave them the opportunity to see that he's a very intelligent guy. You know, he was going after his tax, he was going after his, I mean, somebody remind me, has Adekunle actually won like the head of house games this, you know, this season? No. Okay, so I'm wondering, is he distracted, or is he just like, you know, some of those games are actually luck? But the thing is, Adekunle is with Venita, and Ebuka asked, just like he asked Angel and Soma, and they said, yeah, they're in a relationship, and Venita said, yeah, I think.
Discussed it.
So you are his girlfriend?
This is my number one guy right now.
You are his girlfriend?
He will answer that in his own time.
Adekunle, is she your girlfriend? Are you her boyfriend? Thank you, I'll come back.
And you know, Doyin actually left a bombshell when she was leaving. She said something about the fact that Venita should say thank you to Adekunle, because if not for Adekunle, she wouldn't be on the show anymore. Now let's push that aside. What do you think about Venita and Adekunle? Do you think they will actually get married? Because yeah, and trust me, I'm not talking about, because we know Venita has kids. Venita is beautiful, but I feel like so many people feel that Venita is just, you know, like a, I'm being careful with my words, but people feel like Adekunle looks like, you know, that movie where they say like, this is my toy boy, I'm the sugar mommy. Like, that's what so many people feel, that vibe their relationship is giving. And I do not know, you know, just like we were shocked by Bam Teddy, you know, but in Bam Teddy's case, I feel like they were of the same age bracket. In Gidoni and Kafi, yeah, I feel like, and it's not even about, you know, being like a single mom. I just feel like Venita also needs to be really careful with her character. I really do not know much about her, but judging from, you know, how people will say she's so mean, she's so this, she's so that, if it's true, because I've never met her one-on-one, and I hate to really make assumptions based on what people are saying, but I mean, like, I feel like, you know, Venita needs to be calm, and sometimes, you know, you don't know what she has seen in life. But the truth is, let me not digress, Venita and Adekunle. Okay, I wrote down their hashtag because, I mean, it skipped my mind. I'm not a fan. Adenita. Guys, do you see Adenita? Let's say, no, they cannot get married this year. Adekunle does not look like someone that's ready for marriage. But let's say in 2-3 years, do you think like Adenita 2026 is a vision? Do you think it could work? Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to answer that. As for me, I feel like when Adekunle steps out of the house, that ship might just break off. I don't know why I have that feeling, but then again, just like I said, I'm not God. Let's see how it goes. But I really want to hear from you guys. Do you think that Adekunle and Venita can get married? I feel like her cousin doesn't have a problem with it. I feel like Neo might just be playing a game, but Neo might as well just be respecting his cousin's choice. But I mean, I just feel that Venita has that, you know, that daring and domineering personality, and Adekunle looks like a choco boy on Lagos Island. I feel like those two show my work, but who am I again? I'm not God. So guys, I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that Adekunle and Venita's relationship may work? They may get married. Anyway guys, I'll leave that to you guys to answer, but for me, leave sealed. Anyway guys, which of these couples that I discussed was your favorite, or is your favorite at the moment, because some are still together, and which one did you actually feel that they were going to get married and they didn't get married and it hurt you the most? Thank you so much, guys, for listening and watching this episode of the Vibe Zone with the Vibe Queen. I hope you had an amazing time. I can't wait to see the winners of the Big Brother Naija show. But today we talked about housemates who found love in the Big Brother Naija house. I hope you had an amazing time. Remember to download the Voicetome app. Follow us across our pages on social media platforms at Voicetome. And yes, you can follow me too on Instagram at Omobolanle Adigun _ and on other platforms Omobola _Val. Guys, this is where I say goodbye. Please stay safe. There are a lot of things happening out there. Stay safe. I love you. Mwah. Goodbye.